Hey everyone, it's Max, and I am here to do a recommended authors video. So I quickly want to say that I'm not going to be able to do a whole lot of recommended reads videos while I'm here at college because I don't have a lot of books. I'd rather do recommended reads videos when I can show you the books that I'm talking about. So once mid-May hits, I'll be back home and I'll be doing a lot more of those videos. But today I'm going to do a recommended authors video because you don't need the books. So let's just get started. I've got my top 10. I do count down. The first few can be kind of interchanged, but the last few are definitely like the main ones. So number 10 is A.G. Howard. She wrote the Splintered trilogy, which is like a dark take on Wonderland. It is so good. The writing is really great. It's really creative. It's a whole new concept that I'd never really heard of before, and it also got me into Wonderland retellings. I never really heard of a Wonderland retelling till I read that book, and it's a trilogy and then a set of novellas like put together, which I actually just got recently, so I'm really excited about that. She did write Roseblood, which was the January book for Owl Crate, and I was not a fan, but overall I've read 4 other of her books and I really enjoyed them, so I'm not gonna hold it against her. The next author is Alexandra Bracken, who wrote the Darkest Minds trilogy, which I did a video. I'll link it down below, and it's posted on YouTube, my Facebook. And it's the only thing that I've read by her. I do have Passenger, but it is at home. But I loved it. I loved her writing. I loved her characters. I really enjoyed what she did. I did really not like the hero complex that Ruby got in the 3rd book, but other than that, I really liked her. I really liked the characters. They didn't change a whole lot. I mean, they grew and they got better for the most part. They didn't like have this huge transformation that didn't make any sense, which I find a lot of authors, especially with dystopia, do. So I was really happy with that one. Number 8 is Patrick Ness. I have read almost all of Patrick Ness's books. I just haven't read The Crane Wife, but I don't own like any of them. All I have is Monster Calls. I got The Rest of Us Just Live Here on audiobook from the library, and I borrowed the rest from one of my friends. I really want the Chaos Walking trilogy on my bookshelf. 1, I want to reread it like as soon as possible, and 2, they're just so beautiful and they're so good. They're amazing and I love him, so I just want more books by him. Number 7 is Kelly Armstrong. She wrote the Dark is Rising trilogy, and I can't remember what the trilogy is called, but it's The Calling, or The Gathering, The Calling, and The Rising. Really, really good books. She also wrote the series Women of the Underworld. That was a sci-fi original series for 3 seasons, 3 or 4. Really, really good. I really love how she portrays teenagers. I think they're super good. She portrays all types of teenagers. She portrays the heroine, the femme fatale, the villain, the everything. Everything. She's got one of everything, and they all work really well together. The next author I'm going to be talking about is my 6th best author, and that is Ransom Riggs. He wrote the Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children trilogy, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, Hollow City, and Library of Souls, and I loved them. I can't bring myself to watch the movie because Tim Burton just did a really bad job with the second Alice in Wonderland film, and I just really don't want it ruined for me. So I haven't watched it yet. I do want to watch it someday, but I do hate that, at least in the trailer, show that Emma doesn't have firepower. She has the air power, which kind of makes me angry, but that's okay. The next author is Maggie Stiefvater. So Maggie Stiefvater wrote the Raven Cycle, the Shiver trilogy. She just writes amazing books, and her writing style is so beautiful and so unique. I really, really enjoy it, and it's just really fantastic. Number 4 is Richelle Mead. Richelle Mead wrote the Vampire Academy series, which I love. It got me out of my Twilight slump, and I still enjoy it. I look at the covers, and I'm just like, my babies. I loved it so much. I'm not a huge fan of spin-off series, so I only read the first 2 of the Bloodline series, and I'm not too interested in reading more. If I do get the 3rd one, I'll definitely read it, but I'm not like actively seeking it out. I did love them. The movie was not good whatsoever. I really enjoyed Soundless by her. I want to read The Glittering Court, so I really enjoy her. Number 3 is Colleen Houck. She wrote the Tiger's Curse series. I have not heard like anything about this series on BookTube. It is so good. It is This has not been getting a whole lot of buzz on BookTube, which I don't understand why at all, because it is a fantastic series. It's based on Egyptian mythology, and it is so good. The characters are so awesome, so I definitely suggest it. And number 2 is Cassandra Clare. I love Cassandra Clare. I have all of her books except the bane of my existence, the Shadowhunters Codex. I don't have it. It's so expensive that I can never bring myself to get it, because then I'd only like buy one book. And then of course Lord of Shadows, but that doesn't count. It hasn't come out yet. I'm super excited for that, by the way. May, so psyched. But I do want to get the Shadowhunters Codex as soon as possible so I can complete my collection. That might be a Christmas ask in 9 months, but that's fine. It'll kill me inside not to buy it, but that's okay. I'm so excited, and I love her. I love her writing. I love everything. And number 1 will come as no surprise to anyone, and that is Sarah J. Maas. Sarah J. Maas. I love Sarah J. Maas. The worst problem is she's going on a book tour in May, and one place, she's going to be in Salt Lake City, which is 4 hours away from me. I'm like, yes, I will totally go there. It's like 3 days before I get back home. So I'm in New York. And I'm like, wait, she's coming to Rochester, New York. That's like 2 hours away from me. This is awesome. I'm going to go to that one. Oh, it's the day after I go back home. I can't meet her. It just must be fate. It's destiny. We can't meet. That's how it is. Sarah J. Maas. I'm sorry. I love you. But destiny obviously shows that we shouldn't meet. We shouldn't talk to each other. Alright everyone, that is my top 10 recommended authors. Please comment below who your favorite authors are, why you don't like some of the authors that I like. I love to get a conversation going. Alright, I'll see you later. Bye.